target down the junglers. We saw this against Albert as well. RRQ BTR match. BTR went for the Fanny ban, went for the Ling ban, and in the end, I think they went for the Akai ban as well. So again, BTR going for the same strat here against Onyx, against Kyrie. But remember, sure, these two heroes are Kyrie's signature. But in Season 10, we've only seen him play the Bauman, the Akai, those utility junglers, even the Baxia at times.
When he actually gets on that Ling, I think Kyrie was defeated once on that Ling. So it really isn't as prio, it seems like, but Bigatron, it seems like they are trying to limit mobility. Right, Fanny and Ling, they can actually go around the map and deal with the macro play that Bigatron really enjoys taking advantage of. So I think they're trying to limit the potential for Onyx. I really like this roster, so that's Anti-Mage apparently. So yeah, that's those are big words coming in from Anti-Mage, the man who we kind of miss on the Land of Dawn, but for Onyx Esports, Claude as well as Paquito.
Beatrix for the first time, I think, this season gone. We've seen it as well, but no, they opt to go for the Esmeralda. Just some pressure in that XP lane.
For Bigatron, I think, again, they need some kind of protection for the 1-1, because the prevailing meta, right, is shutting down the gold lane, and we did mention, between both these teams, the gold lane will be so important. And speaking of the gold lane, actually, it's not going to be the gold lane that's being highlighted here. It's Samo against Key, who both have very aggressive playstyles, but Samo seems to have a bit more, I don't know, a bit better IQ, right, on when to fight, where to fight, and where to rotate to, which is why he functions as one of the main shot callers for the team as well.
He is the main shot caller.
Very intelligent play here, Samo here. Rising star from Season 9. Now Season 10 seems like his potential has been tapped. Onyx Esports, they operate Atlas ban here, really limiting Key's hero pool, the player that were just highlighted earlier. But man, looking at the composition here, it seems like Onyx, they are going for AoEs and as well as team fight. Meanwhile, Bigatron, sure, they have the 1-1 and Esmeralda that is very team fight heavy, but this Akai can provide pickoff as well. So are they going to add a more dimension here in this composition from the side of Bigatron?
Oh, let's see. BTR with the last ban in this match, in this game. You have an Esmeralda, an Akai, and I think banning a Bauman would be a solid choice for them, honestly. Just, remove that potential, that threat from Kyrie. Getting really good neutral objective takes with the Akai, but they actually opt to go for the Diggy ban, which is interesting. Very, very interesting.
We have seen that Onyx have used the Diggy to counter this 1-1. It is for those of you who don't know, the time journey will cancel out the weak points for a 1-1, denying the crossbow of Tang. So Bigatron ban away from that, and this will also allow them to have a lot more ease in setting up plays with that heavy spin. So for Onyx Esports, they require some kind of playmaking hero, right? I think I'm not quite sure what's left here. I think some kind of stun,
Roamer.
some kind of route will be so important. Cho can work very well, I think.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like Cho definitely could be a ban here, but Onyx Esports, with this composition, I think it's better to ban, something like the Lolita that can provide a lot of disengage, and obviously the Numenon Blast getting the AoE effect. I think the Cho just doesn't have the same pressure as the Lolita. In terms of the team fight, more of a pick-style composition. But here, we have a comment from Key. I don't put much attention to them, but I guess Keyboy is more aggressive than Samo, more on the cover type. So, Samo is more cover, Keyboy is more aggressive. That's something that Donnie, as an Onyx fan, agrees with. Here though, BTR, with their first pick in the second phase, I do think picking up a solid roamer would be a really, really good option right now.
I feel like a good engage and as well as a disengage tool to add that composition, and that is Matilda. Key on a Matilda can be deadly. Very solid pick. I feel like Bigatron should solidify themselves with that pick, but no, they opt for a fast wave hero here on that Lilia.
They have safety in that mid lane as well, so pushing power and the potential to just play aggressively in that lane, I think it really helps the win condition of Bigatron, right? To play aggressively in the mid lane, clear it out, and kind of pressure from there. For Onyx Esports though, they also need an answer for this, because without a proper roamer, it's going to be very difficult to try and withstand the aggression, because Bigatron, they are very dive heavy, right? Lilia, Esmeralda, and Akai, they don't exactly stay in the back line, including 1-1.
and the pressure that Onyx has with the Paquito in the XP lane. Again, we don't know if the XP lane is going to be filled up. Yeah, well, now we do, but the Bowman picked up. Well, actually, no. Last time we saw the Bowman, it was Boots on the Bowman in that XP lane, and it just goes to show how flexible this man is. Boots has been going on a rampage in terms of achievements, in terms of professional play, and even, you know, individual plays, with him getting the MVP of the regular season back in Season 8, even winning it entirely with his team. But now it's a whole new Onyx Esports, and BTR, they go with a Selena pick here to end, to wrap up their draft. Selena Key. We have seen this before. It's a signature pick, but we've never seen it in Season 10.
Yeah, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen, the drafts for game number 1. But take a look at your screen now. Talents, game direction, a prediction by X. Well, we all opted for around 18 as well as 19 minutes, so not too far.
But I went for BTR. You guys went for Onyx, yes?
Yeah. Well, it's a showdown between the die-hard Onyx fan against the loyal Bigatron supporter between Mirko and Goni. So the stakes are even higher as well in the English casting desk. And soon, we're gonna see, will the early aggression from Bigatron pay off? Because the audience prediction by TikTok, 81% to 19% for Onyx Esports.
Still a storm here. I guess the viewers, they are with us, Arashi, but take a look at the crowd. They are ready to start the game. Casters, I'm sure you guys are ready as well, so let's just jump into the Land of Dawn for our first game on Esports, and as well as Bigatron to witness who will grab the first point.
Let's see, as we dive into the Land of Dawn, it's very, very normal clear, but I do want to take a look at the emblems first, as again, it is going to be Kyrie on the Bowman in that jungle, so no more Boots Bowman in this game. It is going to be the Paquito. We have seen that Boots has found more success on the Paquito this season than the Bowman. So again, though, Sans, this is what we expect already.
Oh, he opening that flicker early, but Sammo with that flicker as well. First blood by Samsung will fall to the hands of Onyx Esports. A slight misplay perhaps occurred there by Aki.
Well, I don't think it's a misplay. I think he just didn't really expected Onyx Esports to go guns blazing like that. I mean, again, he actually stated before the game that he thinks Sammo is a little bit more defensive than Keyboy, but that was definitely not a defensive play. He went in all offensive, but in the top side, we are seeing that the 1-1 is winning. A gank.
Oh my god, Marky popped up Inspire early, but with the help of Key, with that Abyssal Arrow, he managed to connect on towards CW. Very crucial kill there top side, and seems like now, Onyx Esports, they are slow on rotation here, Rashi.
Slow on rotation, and a fun fact from Grab right here. Since MPL ID Season 6, from 9 times they've been meeting, Bigatron has only been able to win 1 match against Onyx. Right now, it seems like it's pretty even, but Bigatron is showing that they can match Onyx in the early game. So far, the burst potential from Onyx is higher, but it's only a matter of time before the Abyssal Arrows from Key can be crucial.
That's the thing though, right? Talking about the mid game, I do believe that actually, man, Onyx will definitely have an advantage coming into the neutral objective takes with the Faramis and obviously with the Bowman. Max is going to have to find those angles to really go in for those turtle steals. Let's see here, Goni.
Yeah, we'll see here, Max. Fala and as well as Key is already in that area. Repo as well, trying to provide information. Boots trying to zone out. Ultra actually pops, and Kyrie calmly will grab that first neutral objective in the front side. Max taking a lot of damage here. That Akai will not survive as Boots will be, with that power, gets him down as well. So it will be a 1 member taken down, and as well as Turtle taken away.
Good objective take by Onyx Esports there. A very good setup as well. Like we mentioned, this is going to be the trend coming into this game. In the early stage, I actually do believe that Onyx Esports have the better composition to secure these neutral objectives. And even in that gold lane, it does seem like Marky is having quite a bit of trouble here against CW.
Ooh, he's a 1v1 right here, and Marky will back away. And so far, Bigatron was able to actually get Marky slightly ahead. And I think if he can go with the same, the same pattern, the same curve, Marky will be a huge threat in the late game along with Fala. This is a lot of DPS, and it's both physical and magical. So later on, Onyx Esports will have a lot to deal with, especially because a lot of their composition are tankier members that require DPS to burst down.
Seems like Repo providing vision on the whereabouts of Sans there in the bot side. Both junglers, they are still focusing on the farms first, but top side should be the focus from both teams here.
Right here, it does seem like, oh, yeah, he is putting in a lot of pressure there, but CW needs to be careful. He doesn't have the sprint. He used it earlier, and now that creates a lot of pressure for him. This Marky might just be able to use this pressure to actually try to freeze up the waves here. The lane is going to be pushing into him, so this is, again, an opportunity for BTR to just play it slow, get to that power spike, because right now it feels like Onyx Esports, doesn't feel like, it is the fact that Onyx Esports have a pretty significant lead this early on.
Well, they will go for the turtle soon, and that is where we saw Onyx Esports just take over early on. So this will be attempt number 2 for the side of Bigatron Alpha, as Max will be securing this purple buff right on time. But Onyx, as we know, has a lot more pickoff, has a lot more burst, and unless an Abyssal Arrow really lands on a key target, I think it's going to be a bit difficult.
Top side, cross popped, and CW has nowhere to go, but luckily for CW, not enough damage just yet. Focusing ourselves in bot side now, Kyrie almost got caught there by that Abyssal Trap. Boots trying to flank here again and providing information. Foul at Maxim as well as Key. They're at half HP. This is not a good decision if they want to force a fight. And yeah, it seems like they will disengage. Another neutral objective secured to the hands of Onyx Esports. Samsung Turtle calmly collected by Kyrie.
Onyx Esports, man, again, they're utilizing that neutral objective control that they have with the Cult Ultra. BTR can't really look for any of the fights, and even here, the base damage alone from Samo's kit, the Wisp doing so much, and the pathing is phenomenal from Kyrie. He's able to take so many of these jungle creeps. It's very rare to just see an Akai falling behind this much up against a Bauman, but you're seeing it here in this matchup. Arashi, 5-minute item check. Let's take a look.
For Bigatron Alpha, there's a lot of multiple instances of damage, so Radiant Armor has been rushed by Kyrie to ensure that he can stay in the fight as long as possible, because sustain is very much the name of the game right here, but Sans goes in and zones everyone away from the turret.
Yeah, it seems like they want to fortify. Color Vaulter also popped here. Turret will not fall top side. It's just practically 1 HP there. And now it seems like Onyx Esports, they will not look for a fight. I might be wrong though. CW and as well as Sans moved in immediately here. Samo trying to find an opening here. Bigatron, they will not go for that business. They will disengage here. And yeah, it is still 2-1 total kills from both teams.
Definitely not looking good for Bigatron Alpha. Onyx Esports, again, they're so good at playing the map this way, splitting it up, and again, just securing these objectives with the better rotations that they have with Samo on the Matilda. It's actually pretty insane now that I think about it, right? Sans is on a Faramis, a hero that can rotate super fast when he has that Shadow Stampede. And to add and to top that off, you also have Samo on the Matilda who can bring everyone in.
Amazing duet to the backside. Foul as well as one member gets taken down. And take a look at the backside. Max will not be able to achieve anything. But Key, though, is almost takes Samo down. But now Key is left all alone in the mid side. Isn't able to achieve anything because Boots is there to cover Sans. But on the other side, Repo actually catches the body and takes Samo down. It is a 4-1, but Onyx Esports claims the mid turret as well.
Man, what an immaculate way to actually destroy and siege down the turret in the mid lane. They actually dove onto the tier 2 with the damage and the mobility that CW has on the Claude. Again, having that sprint, having the BMI placed in the back, he's able to do so much without actually risking his life.
It's so difficult right now because Onyx Esports, all they're doing is harassing using the Faramis and the Matilda, and once you get half HP, you go down to, dangerous levels, CW just comes in and just cleans out house. And during the fights, the objective can be secured as well. So for Bigatron, they are having difficulties sustaining in the poke game. They have difficulties all-inning, and they're also losing in the objective secure game. So it's so difficult.
Arashi, this and Gani, this is the biggest level gap I've seen. Kyrie, 4 levels ahead of Max. It's an Akai Bauman. Usually, when a jungler falls behind, we see 3 levels maximum. This is the biggest 4 levels on top, and finally Max gets enough XP to actually narrow that XP lead down. But again, it just shows how dominant and how accurate and efficient the pathing is from Kyrie here in this game.
It's a shutdown, right? 6,000 gold lead established.
Shut out.
I mean, 2 turrets, 3 neutral objectives secured. Bigatron Alpha, they're very lost here 8 minutes in, and things are looking from bad to worse now. And it seems like now, Onyx Esports, all they need to do is just stay disciplined here, Rashi.
Yes, for Bigatron Alpha, they have a lot of DPS, so they're not winning in these short trades. They have to wait until the late game where a fight will break out and they can actually duke it out and use the extra DPS coming in from Fala, from Marky to actually do damage. But at this point, when they're 6k gold behind, almost 7k, you have to wonder if in those long team fights, can they even come out on top against Onyx Esports?
Well, that's the thing, right? Bigatron Alpha needs those tanky members to actually survive the burst for them to actually win out of the fight. But Max is so behind. They find him, Miss Arrow.
Okay, Sans gets taken down. A very good opening there from the side of Bigatron. Don't wait too long. CW is there with the blazing duets taking Marky down. And now it seems like they want war. Fala is next. That lethal counter takes his life, and Max will not be able to escape. Double kill secured for Kyrie and Onyx Esports. They are angry after that Sans was caught.
You expect BTR to actually walk out with that one, getting a very cheeky pick. But again, Onyx Esports on the back of CW. What the heck was that damage, my guy? The blazing duet. He got a golden staff. He got the DHS so early. And look at Kyrie. He's able to solo the Lord at 9 minutes. 13 levels in 9 minutes. And he takes it just for free here. He doesn't even need to use the retribution. Complete domination from Onyx Esports in game 1.
Bigatron, they just have to wait for an Abyssal Arrow to land, and they have to back out once they get a pickoff. They were able to take Samo out. It's not the ideal target, but then afterwards, they stick around, and CW completely punishes the whole team for even trying to aggress back onto Onyx Esports. Looking now at the items here, only 3 items for the most part completed for the members of Bigatron Alpha. For the side of Onyx, there's just a lot more items available, and the Wind of Nature already complete for CW. So the burst potential coming in, if Marky can land a crossbow of Tang, that won't even guarantee that they can turn the fight around. With the Lord coming in right here, this is where Onyx Esports will try and make an aggressive play.
The mid base will be the target here. Bigatron Alpha, they are desperately trying to defend this one as Boots and friends. They are trying to open up the map here. Mid base turret falls. And yeah, can you imagine, speaking of the items, right? Can you imagine CW on that Malefic Roar, which he just secured? Oh, the penetration is just going to be set so deadly. Take a look at that at Marky. He immediately retreats, and Missile connects onto it. Sans, will he be taken down now? Not just yet. Bigatron will focus on to clear the minions just yet.
My.
Take a look at that dive. Potential from the side of Onyx Esports. It's like Fala popping up that black shoes in the front side. Will be able to survive, but unfortunately, Kyrie and friends, they are also on the retreat. Call of Ultra pops, and no casualties from both sides. Still, one base turret only taken down.
With the First Lord, we mentioned a lot of times that it's value just taking all the tier 2s. They were able to take down the mid base turret and even almost taken down the top side base turret. With this, you can see the damage dealt by Axe. Sans and CW just popping off in this game completely. You can see the cult altars as well. Perfectly placed for Onyx Esports to make their way out of the base there. It's very good for the side of Onyx because now they can just use this pressure to clear out the ways. No, freeze it, honestly, right now. Wait for the Lord and suffocate BTR even more. Marky's going to have a hard time scaling in this game. I don't think he's going to be able to scale at all. I mean, again, 4 levels compared to Sans. Max as well compared to Kyrie. This is insane. I don't think we've seen this level of dominance in Season 10.
We have not. Games have been a lot closer, and this is a complete shutout. Although, you have to remember, the longer the game goes, the more Bigatron Alpha will start catching up. This goal difference will get less and less relevant, so there's always a chance, but they're relying very much on Onyx Esports making a mistake because they have the save coming in by the Guiding Wind, and they have the Cult Altar to use as well as a get out of jail free card. We saw that Onyx was playing really aggressively, going into the base of Bigatron Alpha, but instead, Bigatron Alpha tried to punish them, and they were under the turret taking shots, and they were somehow still able to actually escape due to all that utility, all the shielding and the healing from the Cult Altar as well. So with that in mind, Bigatron Alpha will have to get something very valuable, as Sans is still just zoning everybody.
It's too passive, I believe, for BTR. They have a lot of pick potential, but because Max fell behind in that early stage of the game, too much, I believe. BTR just fell off, and now they're going to have to wait for the Abyssal Arrows to connect to actually go for it, but Sans, crossbow Tang is ready.
Crossbow Tang is ready, ladies and gentlemen, and take a look at Max. He is ready to heavy spin on.
Whoa.
CW comes in with the Blazing Duet, taking down Fala and Marquis as well. The main damage dealers are down, and now Max will not be able to secure that Lord as Kyrie on point retribution. Now Max Reapon as well as Key running for the hills. Onyx Esports, they want blood, and Max gets caught here. Two-man jump, and Repo gets taken down, not just yet. Onyx Esports still strong with 5 as Zoom members, they are still down. Onyx Esports with this Lord might be able to end the game.
Oh my goodness, 15.5 thousand gold lead, and they're going for it.
They are going for Circling Eagle on towards Max. This is not looking good. Lord is still at 100 HP, one by one. The members from side of Bigatron falls, and now they are looking to end the game. Basis to expose Onyx Esports, a clean textbook performance, 1-0.
Complete shutout in game.